Welcome to Arch Grants neXus 2025. Please welcome to the stage Zundra Bryant, Senior Vice President at Cushman & Wakefield and President of the Arch Grants Board of Directors.
Good evening. I love the energy in the room. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to neXus, the most exciting night of innovation in St. Louis. I'm Zundra Bryant, and I'm proud to serve as the Board President of Arch Grants. On behalf of Arch Grants Board of Directors, thank you for joining us this evening as we celebrate innovative economic development and the incredible entrepreneurs shaping the future of St. Louis. We are especially thrilled to be here at the iconic Union Station, St. Louis. Thank you to LHM for hosting us in this beautiful place. One of the things I love most about Arch Grants is the opportunity to connect personally with our founders, hear their stories, learn about their businesses, and see firsthand the passion and creativity they bring to the region. What makes Arch Grants truly special is that we just don't provide funding. We provide resources, relationships, and pathways to success. We surround our founders with a community that believes in them and helps them grow. Everyone here is an important part of that community, and we're so glad you're here. Please, let's take a moment. I want the Board of Directors and the staff of Arch Grants to stand where you are so that we can thank you for putting on this wonderful event. And now it's my pleasure to welcome to the stage Bob O'Loughlin, Chairman and CEO of LHM, to help kick off tonight's celebration.
Welcome to Union Station. This is the second year we've hosted the Arch Grants, and we're really proud to have you all here. I was talking to Bob Holmes earlier, and he said this started in someone's living room with about 6 people. And look around you, this has really grown. It's a fantastic thing for our city and for the country to have Arch Grants and to help these people create businesses that flourish and grow our whole region. We are the proud owners of Union Station, and we bought it about 12 years ago. And we've gone through, we opened up the aquarium, which in 2019, and because of COVID, we had to shut it down for a few years. But it's gained momentum to the point where not only the Ferris wheel, but we added 3 new rides this year, and we'll do about 90,000 passengers on the Polar Express. So buy your tickets now. We're the 3rd largest in the world on Polar Express, and we have another surprise coming in January. So we're really proud of it. I always say when I make a speech, if you own a train station, you might as well buy a train. So we did that, and we're going to have more train rides, and it's going to be turning into a great asset for the metro area. We're really excited to have Kara Spencer, the mayor of St. Louis, here. Kara. And we had a great meeting this morning and afternoon of all of the different RBC meeting, Greater St. Louis, and had a number of people talk about, but the one common deal that came through our discussion was just the stars are aligned. We've got a great mayor stepping in. Catherine Hanaway is going to the state as Attorney General. And the guy I'm about to introduce and say a few words to is a man that I've known for a number of years and got behind him as he was getting elected to be a great governor. He's from St. Louis. He's not biased, maybe a little, but he loves this city, and I think with everybody behind him is going to take the city to new heights. So without further ado, I'd like to have come to the stage the Honorable Mike Keogh, Governor of Missouri.
Thank you, Bob. That was very kind of you. I told Bob when he walked off stage, I said, nobody's ever called me honorable before, so that was kind of new for me. It's great to be here. What an incredible program and what incredible entrepreneurs we have here. I'm just going to say a few words about that and welcome everybody and let you get on with your meal. It's a horrible spot to be between you and food, so I'm going to try to be somewhat brief. We got a couple of folks here I wanted to recognize real quickly. County Executive Sam Page is here. State Auditor Scott Fitzpatrick. Thank you. State Auditor Fitzpatrick is a small business person himself, an entrepreneur. His name is Scott Michael Fitzpatrick. My newest grandson is Scott Michael, and he thinks we named the kid after him, so I don't want to get audited. Please tell him that we did. Bob introduced our mayor, who's doing a great job. Now, to clear the confusion up, when she came to the table, I said, this is my favorite mayor. And she said, oh, I'll bet in St. Louis. And I said, yes, that's true. But there's two mayors, Madam Mayor. I didn't know if you knew this. The mayor of Market Street is your doorman, Randy, who's been here for 35 years. And so you are my favorite mayor, and I'll tell Randy that next. But thank you, Kara Spencer, for a great job that you're doing. And as Bob mentioned, we had a bunch of business leaders and community leaders together today for a leaders' lunch. And I tell people all the time, how would you like to be 32 days in office and an EF3 tornado come through your backyard? And so that's real leadership, somebody who understands what to do with that. We love the Arts Grants. You're back. We love the Arch Grants mission and the invitation to be here because it's true economic development. And as Bob may have mentioned, and as I mentioned to several of you that I've been with for the last few years as we are on this journey, I'm a small business guy by heart. 35 years in small business, from Walnut Park, then moved to Baden, so North City is where I grew up. Pretty much the entire first part of my livelihood, then moved to South City. My mother, at 91 years old, never lived outside of the city limits. And so the city is where we've been. But the community is who's helped raise us. My mom was a single mother who raised 6 kids. And I was later on adopted, not in paper, but in theory, by a Ford dealer in South County named Dave Sinclair. I'm sure you've heard of Thank You and Here's My Address. Mr. Sinclair took me in when others probably wouldn't have, to be honest with you, and really taught me a lot about life, but really helped me get going in my first business, which was a manufacturing job in a small town called Lynn, Missouri. And I was telling your award winner earlier, Elena, that I was the Small Business Entrepreneur of the Year for the SBA. And I asked Elena, I said, you know what I learned about getting that award? And she said, no. And I said, you have to learn how to spell entrepreneur. That's a tough one. But we are grateful that the companies that are involved in this, it's a true public-private partnership, that you have companies investing in who we think the future can be. And then those jobs and those people and those opportunities are staying right here in the St. Louis area. We are absolutely thrilled that this would kind of an incubator idea would be happening here, which started basically in a living room that has turned into hundreds of people celebrating these grant recipients tonight. And I couldn't be more proud to see the grant recipients, several who I've talked to, some I know, who actually now are creating those jobs and opportunities for Missourians, just like I had as an opportunity in Missourians, and that's what we want. Any elected official you talk to will tell you that they would love to be able to create something for Missouri families, in our case, to be able to improve themselves, to the lives of their families. And I think that's what the Arch Grants do, and I know that that's what the numbers would produce. 272 companies founded, over 4,000 jobs, $230 million in wages, $870 million in capital, and $1.2 billion in revenue. If that's not innovation and creation for Missouri and our economic development, I don't know what is. Most of all, we're proud of the Arch Grant founders for providing equity-free. I can tell you when I was at Young Business trying to get my manufacturing company going, looking for capital, looking for growth, unencumbered funds. Every entrepreneur in this auditorium has heard that before. Trying to find that is not easy. And so that is a big piece of why this is successful and why the companies who received this ended up being successful, because it's a great, for the bankers in this room, it's a great piece on their balance sheet. And congratulations again to the folks who are going to be receiving those awards tonight. I wanted to say a special shout out, I mentioned her earlier, to Elena Marcia as your 2025 Entrepreneur of the Year. What a dynamic person she is, unbelievable. Congratulations to her. As I said, you will have to learn how to spell that award. We think that is a fantastic honor, and congratulations. Let's give her a round of applause. Most of all, the Arch Grants organizations reflect confidence in Missouri's business climate, affordability, and most of all, our quality of life. Something that I'm working very hard with the rest of the leaders and your elected officials in this region to really get out there and put about what the St. Louis area and St. Louis region stands for. As Bob mentioned, as I said earlier, this is home for me. I am biased. I like St. Louis. It is the heartbeat of our state. It keeps the rest of our state going. 44% of our GDP, including the companies here that are either providing the grant money or receiving the grant money. You're our future, and you're the base of what we need to get doing to make sure our economy keeps growing, and I'm happy to be here. Last but not least, your work strengthens our community and helps show the world that Missouri can achieve. Thank you for your vision, your hard work, and your commitment to this great region. God bless you, and God bless this great state of Missouri. Have a great evening.
Please welcome to the stage Ali Ahmadi, CEO of Eli Health and founder of T-Care Health, Inc.
When they told me I had to come up here, I had no idea I would follow the honorable governor. Thank you all for being here tonight. It is my great honor and privilege to introduce Elena Marcia, the visionary president and CEO of MTM Health, whose transformative leadership has redefined access to essential services in our community. Under Elena's leadership, since 2005, MTM Health has grown from $30 million in annual revenue to nearly $2 billion. All while keeping its roots firmly planted right here in our own St. Louis community. By partnering with locally owned transportation providers and launching Veo Ride, a healthcare credentialed network of rideshare drivers, Elena ensures that economic benefits stay right here locally in St. Louis. Her latest innovation, Wanda, further extends MTM Health's mission by offering reliable transportation for seniors, people with disabilities, and their caregivers who may not qualify for Medicaid or Medicare-covered rides, helping them stay connected to their community. From healthcare to job opportunities to social services, Elena's commitment to ensure no one is left behind has propelled MTM Health to a national leader, delivering 35 million rides annually. Thank you. In 2014, Elena was named to Mass Transit Magazine's 40 Under 40 list and was awarded the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year award. In 2018, she was honored to be named to St. Louis Business Journal's list of Area's Technology Executives of the Year. And in 2023, she was named to St. Louis Magazine's list of Women Who Make St. Louis Great. Now that's a MAGA hat for you. Tonight, we celebrate Elena, a leader, a visionary, and a champion for our St. Louis community, whose passion and innovation continues to inspire and move us all forward. Elena is not only an example of true leadership, but she's a great wife to Danny and an amazing mother to Ariana and Amara, and a terrible golfer. Just kidding, she's kicked my butt numerous times on the course. I'm proud to call Elena a true friend and a mentor. Before we invite Elena to the stage, please take a moment to learn more about the incredible impact that she's delivered to our community. Please turn your attention to the screens. Thank you.
So what MTM does is provide transportation access to healthcare appointments for individuals on Medicaid and Medicare. So we're taking care of our most fragile members of our population. We provide a network of transportation providers across the country and provide people that ride. Largely, we work with transportation providers that are part of our community because we're serving individuals with significant healthcare needs, and so they're providing door-to-door assistance. The state agencies and health plans contract with us because we help manage those costs efficiently and effectively and ensure compliance of our transportation provider network. So our job is to make sure that people get where they need to go safely and on time. We take for granted that transportation is just part of our lives. There's people who cannot do that, and so they become isolated in their homes. We know what comes along with that: depression, worsened healthcare outcomes. And so we feel very passionate about what we do, helping people stay healthy and getting to critical life-sustaining healthcare appointment. I grew up with family businesses. My mom, she was a CPA, and my dad was always an entrepreneur. And my stepmom, Peg, was just a hard worker. My father and my stepmom started the business in 1995, and they spent 8 years really growing a startup, the typical stories, paying wages on their credit card and, getting all the family to work for them. I had been going to school at WashU, getting my engineering degree, and then I got my MBA as well at WashU. And my dad famously called me and said, "Hey, the business is growing. We're either gonna keep growing or sell, and we think you could help and learn a lot in the process." And I made the leap of faith to come join this company my parents had started.
I first met her in her capacity as an alum. She was somebody that I wanted to get to know in St. Louis. I began to learn about her business and was just blown away by what she was been able to accomplish as a CEO to take a rather small family business into the very large and successful business that it is today.
First and foremost, Elena has built a really strong leadership team within MTM, which has allowed her the capacity to spend her time civically. She's a really smart leader, and she knows when to step in and when to step out.
I think the job of an executive is to be out in the community, to be on boards, to sit in organizations.
Elena is a leader in this of this community in every sense of the word. From her board leadership as chairing the RVC to her involvement in serving on the board of WashU. She's really a role model for being community-minded and supporting our community, and also being able to be effective in terms of running her company.
When I first met her, she was leading the National Council of our Institute for Public Health. Shortly thereafter, she joined the Board of Trustees at Washington University, where she's been a really important player as we think through the way in which the university interfaces ideally with St. Louis, and also to rethink our healthcare strategy in partnership with BJC. How can we better serve individuals here in the St. Louis marketplace?
She says there isn't any problem you can't solve. So she brings that solution mindset to what she does. She leads with her head, but also has this compassion and this down-to-earth personality that really is magnetic.
She's similar to lots of CEOs where a lot of execution, a lot of drive, a lot of vision. Where she stands out, though, is when you first meet her, she's super personable. You meet her once or twice and you feel like you've always known her. She comes across as a very genuine and transparent person, and she's always inspirational. She exudes energy. So when you interact with her in any setting, you're like, this is the person I want to be working with.
That she's a really good listener. She takes in all the information. She's never the first one to speak or provide advice. She's thoughtful, and she shares her experience in a really meaningful way.
You know, time is your most limited resource, right? And so finding time, prioritizing yourself. I stay committed to making sure I get my workout in. I make dinner every night for my family. It's important to me. I think just being thoughtful about how you're showing up for your employees, for yourself, for your family, for your friends.
She never stops. Never, like even at home on a Sunday and stuff, there's always something to do, a run to go on, and you see it at work too. I think the fact that she does never stop is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think that's the one place that me and my mom are very similar. We like to be constantly occupied. She bakes, she does her sourdough, she cooks, she does everything from scratch. So I definitely like to become like that.
I always wonder how she manages such a complex business, a family, and all of these civic commitments. And when you're involved with her in any one of these settings, it's almost like she's giving 100% to that particular setting.
I don't think I've ever met somebody who loves their job as much as my mother, and I think that's what's kept her going for so long.
Elena is just a terrific person. She's deeply committed. She's focused on the right things. She works incredibly hard, and she's incredibly smart. Everybody in St. Louis should have an opportunity to get to know her. She is an exemplary citizen of St. Louis and someone we should all be really proud of.
Please welcome to the stage Elena Mafia, escorted by Ali Ahmadi. The Entrepreneur Award is presented by Zundra Bryant and Executive Director Gabe and Jerry.
It's a little heavier than it looked. So, wow, this is so exciting, kind of overwhelming. It's really thrilling to be here with so many amazing civic leaders, business leaders in the community. Thank you, Bob O'Laughlin, for investing in downtown West to make sure that this is a vibrant community. Coming down the other night for a concert, all the lights, the Ferris wheel, looking across to St. Louis City,
stadium. It's just amazing what we've invested here as a business community, so thank you for your leadership. When I got the call that I'd been named the Arch Grants Entrepreneur of the Year, I was blown away with a lot of feelings. I had mixed emotions, excitement, gratitude, and a little disbelief. It's really intimidating looking at the awardees from prior years. They've done some amazing things here in St. Louis and with their businesses. But just knowing that all those sleepless nights and big decisions led me here to be here in front of you today makes all that work, worth it. To the Arch Grants team, thank you so much, and the board and my friends, Ali and Elizabeth, that put so much time and energy into this organization. Thank you for your tireless work to fuel and invest in innovation and in growth and entrepreneurs for our city. You are our future, and we need you and your leadership. To my good friend, Governor Mike Kehoe and Mayor Kara Spencer, first of all, thank you for coming together. It's so important that our government leaders come together and work across the aisle to improve our city and our state, and you were really inspirational coming together after the tornado, and we're just really grateful to have you as our leaders. And thank you also for investing in innovation. The governor talked about it, and growth in this city. You inspire us all. We're here all to support entrepreneurship going forward in our community. To the other business leaders in this room, thank you for continuing to invest in St. Louis and our region. And we're all going to get an opportunity to raise our paddle, and no amount is too small so that we can help continue to invest in entrepreneurs going forward. My path started in 1995 when my parents, Lynn and Peg Griswold, right here, started MTM Health. They had a vision that they could make transportation access easier and higher quality and better for the community so that people could get to much needed healthcare appointments so that they could live a healthy and productive life. But they didn't start with much. In fact, they didn't have a grant from Arch Grants. They actually took Peg's 401k out and invested in the business, and they believed in something bigger and better, and they were focused on providing a livelihood for their family, and they worked sleepless nights, they were tireless, they were gritty. Yes, they paid payroll on credit cards, all the stories that you've heard of, and MTM became a success. And I was so fortunate when my dad asked me to come into the business in 2003. And 2005, Peg said, go ahead, take on the CEO role and make it your own. They gave me a nice foundation, but they didn't limit me. They allowed me to flourish and invest in the company. And that opportunity changed everything. I felt the weight of their legacy. I didn't want to let them down, but I also was excited to make something my own. And yes, today MTM is nearing $2 billion. We should definitely get there next year, and providing over 35 million trips. And that's the more important number. We're providing real, important impact into people's lives, and we are so fortunate to oftentimes be somebody's lifeline to healthcare access. My team, the heart and soul of the company, their grit, their passion, their support, they're why I'm here, and I thank them and everybody that's here in the audience with me. I appreciate everything you've done. And oftentimes people would say, why don't you move to Austin? Why don't you move to Denver? Those are exciting business communities. And I said, no way, I'm never leaving St. Louis. This is the best place to run a business. And no, it's not because it's a great place to raise a family. I don't ever want to hear that again. It's because we have really great talent. We have good Midwestern roots. We work hard, we play hard, we're nice people, we respect our friends and our neighbors, and it's just a great place to live. and I'm really fortunate to be here. To my mentors and my peers and my friends here, thank you so much for all your advice, your support, making sure I had work-life balance and enjoy and have some fun in my life. You're so important to me, and I couldn't be up here without having my network of friends. To my parents, who set the foundation for what we've done. To my husband, Daniel, who did not want to be mentioned, but you're going to have to suffer through it. He's my rock. He's the grounding force in my life, and he challenges, yes, all my crazy ideas with love, so I appreciate that. And to my brilliant daughters, Ariana and Amara, you are my reason why. I want to live boldly and lead to be a good example for you both, and I love you so much. Don't cry, Amara. But for the real reason we're here, to all the aspiring entrepreneurs in this room, this is your launch pad. We believe in you. Arch Grants is investing in you. You take those bold steps. You make those big leaps. Have faith, lead, reach out to your peers. We're here to support you. This is an amazing business town. If you need help, call somebody. They'll pick up the phone and they'll give you some advice. Because in the end, you're not just building a business. You're changing people's lives. You're starting companies for employees. You're creating value. And you're inspiring us all. Thank you so much for this opportunity and this award. Together, let's keep building St. Louis, where bold ideas can start, communities thrive, and every entrepreneur's dreams can take wings and fly. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the night.
Please welcome to the stage, Gabe and Jerry, Executive Director of Arch Grants.
Good evening. As I thought about what to say here tonight on the stage, I thought about the great impact stories we have. I thought about the great metrics we can share. The governor beat me to it. But I thought, leaning into our tagline, Champion the Bold, I'd go for something a little edgier, a little bolder. So here goes. I've come to understand an essential truth, that everything worth building encounters failure. We got one woo. It's all too easy to dwell in that rejection letter, to point blame elsewhere when you lose a customer or a relationship ends, to feel sorry for yourself after a poor performance. It's easy to downplay it, to reframe it, to move on too quickly. But tonight I'd like to share this. I'd like to suggest that failing isn't the greatest threat to success. It's actually an essential element of it. It's a signal that there's a problem, a system that's not working, an idea that hasn't taken hold, or a need that continues to go unmet. That's where entrepreneurs come in. They don't just build, they respond. They find the cracks, explore the gaps. They take on those things that other people don't want to touch. Entrepreneurship begins in failure, and the most successful innovators are experts at it. I see it every day at Arch Grants. Founders get turned down time and time again until they finally get that yes. Founders build, scrap, rebuild, pivot, rebuild, scrap, pivot, until they finally get what they're going for. They find the energy to keep going. That's what innovation is. It's not magic. It's courage in motion. When Arch Grants was founded in 2012, it was a bold experiment. No equity, no catch, just capital bound to a network of supporters and a belief in St. Louis. 13 years later, that belief has evolved into something much greater, something new. What began as a startup competition is a true engine for economic impact for our region. And we're building the infrastructure that ensures this entrepreneurial movement that, as of tonight, represents nearly 300 startups. 300, how many entrepreneurs are in the house tonight? It's to ensure that what we're building will be lasting. This week alone, we announced a lending program in partnership with the James S. McDonald Foundation to provide access to debt capital to our founders building in the city of St. Louis and North County. We launched a new headquarters. We expanded our headquarters to provide a space for our founders. To provide a space for our founders to co-work, connect, and collaborate. We also hosted an innovation summit yesterday. Jesus, I'm so grateful for my team. You guys rock. Could everybody please give a round of applause to my incredible team? Stand up. Please stand up. Stand up and be recognized. None of this happens without them. Just yesterday, we brought together dozens of investors, corporate executives, and Arch Grants founders for a day full of one-on-one meetings. Over 250 of those meetings took place just feet from where we're gathered here tonight. And I could go on and talk about many other programs and initiatives that we've launched, run, and continue to iterate on. But what I'd rather do is explore how we've grown by acknowledging, leaning into, and learning from failure. For me and that incredible team, we see it in practice, or we see it take practice, by putting impact first, by acknowledging where we come up short, being honest with ourselves about our capabilities, relentless about driving outcomes, and generous in how we get there. It's about discerning the difference between charity and change. So when we assess our impact, we go beyond the jobs, the capital raised, the revenue generated. You've seen the headlines maybe earlier this week, maybe tonight, but those are just the headlines. The real impact lives in the stories underneath. Impact as a founder getting that yes after so many no's. Impact is a young family moving into a city they love in the city of St. Louis, because a startup that Arch Grants funded created a job with good wages. Impact is a recent college grad choosing to stay in St. Louis because they see a brighter future for themselves here. That's what we're building, an economy of opportunities. And it all starts with failure. Not as a dead end, but as a signal, an invitation, as fuel. The greatest obstacle to success is another F word, one that you might not expect to hear come out of my mouth tonight. It's fear. Almost 60 years ago, after the first 20 publishers who took a look at it passed, Frank Herbert's sci-fi masterpiece, Dune, was finally greenlit by a publishing house called Chilton. Chilton, as some of you may know, is a world-famous publisher of auto repair manuals. Talk about somebody who had experience with failure. I first read Dune about 30 years ago. This is real insight into me and how big a dork I am, but here goes. And one passage that I read has stayed with me my entire life, and I'll share it with you now. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see the path. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. I'm going to take a little license and change that last passage. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only we will remain. That's us. We're here tonight. We remain. And each of the 22 companies that you're going to meet tonight, they faced failure. But by being here, they've proven something different, something more important, that they've rejected fear. They've built anyway. They've stayed in the fight. They're helping shape the future of this city. And they're not doing it alone, because none of this happens without belief in founders, belief in this city, and belief in each other. Later tonight, we're going to ask for your support, not just of these founders, but of the belief that built them. This work only moves forward if we move it forward together. So let's be the city that keeps going. Let's be the city that shows up, the people who stand together. Let's invest in the courage. Let's bet on the builders. Let's keep this momentum strong. Let's do this together. Thank you.
Please welcome Chris Dornfeld, Executive Vice President at 110.
Notice I had to adjust this up a little bit because Gabe's quite a bit shorter than me. We play basketball together. He's a force. And I do want to acknowledge him because I think he is a remarkable leader as I've gotten to know him in the last couple of years, not only on the basketball court, but the work he does tirelessly for the city I think is really incredible. So I apologize for going off script, but I did want to give a round of applause to Gabe and just say thank you. So those who don't know me, I'm Chris Dornfeld. I was the co-founder of Whistle Rewards, which was recently acquired by a company called 110. And I'm a founding member of the Arch Grants Fellows Program. Having built companies here in St. Louis, I've seen firsthand over more years than I care to admit, just the impact that it has and what it does more than just funding startups. It invests in people. The commitment to founder development is what makes this organization so powerful. That's why I'm especially excited to introduce one of Arch Grants' most meaningful initiatives, the Fellows Program, which takes Arch Grants' mission even further, pairing some of our region's most promising innovators with resources, mentors, and networks that help them scale faster and lead stronger. It's about cultivating talent and leadership across the entire St. Louis ecosystem. For me, the Arch Grants Fellows Program has been a safe space to share the real challenges that come with scaling a company, from strategy to leadership challenges, the mishire, the misstep, to navigating an exit. It's an incredible group of peers who understand the journey and make you better for being part of it. Tonight, I'm thrilled to welcome 3 new founders to the program: Victor Zhang, CEO of Trestle, Matt Plummer, CEO of Saluna, and Chad Huber, President of Dad's Cookies.
Hey everyone, thank you, Chris. I'm really glad to be here and really want to thank Gabe for letting me be here without having to pass the Gom Jabbar. That is also a really dorky Dune reference for him there. Every year, the US spends over $2 trillion on heavy construction. We're talking roads, airports, data centers, commercial high-rise, and more. The very backbone of our country. But across that ecosystem, hundreds of billions of dollars in inefficiencies and profits are lost. Not because of material or labor shortages, but because of the vendors and how we manage the risk associated with them. And that's why we built Trestle, an AI vendor intelligence and relationship management platform, specifically for the heavy construction industry. I spent 15 years in this space running estimating teams on over $15 billion worth of projects. Trestle centralizes every data point from insurance, past project references, capacity, and history into a single, live, verified profile of every contractor and vendor you work with. So with Trestle, project stakeholders mitigate risk early, and they can deliver projects on time and under budget.
Here's a question for you. What legacy crop was believed to draft early copies of the Declaration of Independence, woven into the original 13-colony flag by Betsy Ross, and widely cultivated by George Washington and Thomas Jefferson? Hemp. Hello, my name is Matt Plummer, CEO of Saluna. At Saluna, our team focuses on the development of elite varieties of hemp to compete with soybeans in the mid-southern region of the United States. Farmers today struggle with 50 years of stagnated grain prices while having to fight rising production costs and diminishing yield improvement for staple crops. Hemp, grossly underinvested, offers opportunity that outpaces traditional crops like corn, soybeans, cotton, and wheat. We're applying modern technology to a legacy crop, delivering innovation and reliability to farmers. Thank you.
Good evening. 2 years ago, my brothers and I had the opportunity to acquire the assets of Dad's Cookie Company, which is a St. Louis classic. And over the last 2 years, we've spent that time focused on our production. This week, we'll have made over 200,000 cookies. And our sales team, we're now available in 250 retail stores in the St. Louis area, Schnucks, Dierbergs, and about 150 independent retailers. We're honored to operate in South St. Louis City. Currently, we're in a building without a dock. And making that many cookies is challenging. So we're really excited about the new capital lending program that Gabe announced tonight. We're looking at a facility in North City to expand to and tap into the amazing resources that Arch Grants provides us. So thank you to everyone for contributing here tonight to help us build that reality so that we can do 200,000 cookies, not in a week, but in a shift. Thank you.
Congratulations to our new fellows. You truly reflect the collaboration and ambition that define Arch Grants. And now it is my honor to introduce the first members of the 2025 Arch Grants cohort. These entrepreneurs are growing and scaling their businesses right here in St. Louis, shaping the next generation of innovation and opportunity. Let's take a look.
I'm Franklin Taylor, the founder of Zyco, and small independent grocers still get handed stacks of paper invoices from distributors. and then spend hours re-entering those line items by hand into their inventory and POS. It's slow, error-prone, and costs them real money when prices don't get updated on time. And Zyco fixes that. Stores simply snap a photo of their invoice, and we digitize it directly into their system in minutes. We're already working with local retailers here in St. Louis, cutting out hours of manual work and making sure their margins are protected every single day.
Hi, I'm Julieta, CEO and founder of NanoGen Bio. Today, genetic analysis drives key decisions in agriculture, health, and beyond. The first step is the extraction of DNA, but it still depends on the lab, causing delays, costs, and risk of sample degradation. At NanoGen, we are developing a portable and easy-to-use device to extract DNA directly in the field. We are decentralizing access to genetic material and bringing the power of genetics directly to the field.
I'm Sam Emenecker, Senior Scientist at Alpha Ruby. Plant proteins, until now, have been known for compromises: less tasty, less nutritious, and less functional in food formulations compared to animal proteins. Alpha Ruby will change the game by providing an unmatched plant protein that will perform like animal protein with a significant cost advantage, plus added benefits of high sustainability and no allergenicity. Alpha Ruby's high-tech process will unlock the crown jewel of plant protein.
I'm Dr. Andrea Morris, founder and inventor of Rembia, an entirely new approach to treating nocturnal bruxism, a sleep disorder characterized by involuntary teeth clenching and grinding. Millions of people rely on bulky plastic guards that may protect teeth, but do nothing to stop the problem itself. Rembia is a soft tissue-based device, the first of its kind to interrupt the feedback loop of grinding, addressing the behavior at its root, and finally giving people relief.
The way we design and furnish spaces is stuck in the past. Slow, expensive, and inefficient. Archetype changes that. We've built a platform that leverages AI to create a time machine for the industry. Upload your floor plan, then set your timeline, style, and budget. And within minutes, you'll have curated layouts, visuals, and everything ready to purchase in one place. Archetype is the intelligent way to design and furnish spaces, finally modernizing an antiquated industry.
Hello, my name is Matt Bittner-Glinjic. I'm the co-founder of Encase Technologies and the creator of Nalox One, a discrete, portable, and durable keychain case for naloxone, otherwise known as Narcan. Having naloxone readily accessible during an emergency can be the difference between life and death. However, about 80% of those who own naloxone don't carry it with them because it's bulky, inconvenient, and stigmatized. Nalox One removes those barriers, boosting everyday carriage and overdose response readiness. Our mission is straightforward: to make saving a life as simple as carrying your keys.
Why can't I have a non-alcoholic old-fashioned? I'm James Kemplin, co-founder and CEO of Bear Zero Proof Spirits. And that question sparked a mission to build a new category for today's evolving consumer. We spent almost 4 years creating an award-winning line of ultra-premium, non-alcoholic spirits, crafted for real cocktails, not compromises. We're scaling nationally with the largest US distributor and building our production hub right here in St. Louis. As we like to say, there's nothing mock about Bear Zero Proof.
Please welcome Michelle Medeiros, president and co-founder of WingExpand.
Wow, what an exciting group of founders and companies. Good evening. I'm Michelle Medeiros, president and co-founder of WingExpand and a member of the 2022 cohort. WingExpand is expanding what's possible with our smart planes that expand from a backpack to help farmers grow more yield, emergency crews respond to disasters faster, and give soldiers a protective eye in the sky. We use AI to automatically detect and respond to threats in real time. I am thrilled to be here as a part of Arch Grants, an organization deeply committed to supporting founders like us who are building the future right here in St. Louis. Winning our initial Arch Grants helped us scale. We got to hire our first employee and build our smart plane right here out of our space in T-Rex downtown. Arch grants connected us to other local founders, building great tech in their own rights. And that was a win-win, building our local domestic supply chain and collectively our businesses right here in the region. From there, we went on to win even more contracts, and that meant more new hires. We needed a little bit more elbow room to build those smart planes and some additional talent. So we moved into Rankin Technical College in North City. There, we created an internship and hiring program with them to get those students to help us ramp up production. Then, we won the Arch Grants Growth Grant and have continued to win even more contracts across both commercial and defense to support the heroes that keep our world running with smart robotics they need to help protect lives, prevent risks, and improve response. At Wing Expand, we are honored to serve those that help protect and serve us, from the U.S. Army, the U.S. Navy, Air Force, Special Forces, and the state of Montana, just to name a few. This comes as the nation pushes to bolster American-built drone technology. We're doing that right here from St. Louis, expanding on its legacy in advanced aerospace manufacturing and excellence. When Wing Expand joined the Arch Grants portfolio back in 2022, we were just two co-founders with a dream. Now we have more than 15 employees and have made more than $8 million in contract wins. And if you're doing the math on that, that's $50 for every dollar Arch Grants has helped support us with. We are so honored and proud to be building that future right here in St. Louis. And I'm so excited to welcome the next group of founders who are doing the same. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Kiara.
And I'm Izzy, and we're the co-founders of Chi-Chi, our breakfast company on a mission to replace oats with chickpeas. Our first product is high-protein hot cereal that's easy to make, healthy, and delicious.
It's the first of its kind, made from chickpeas instead of oats, and gives you sustainable energy without the crash. We have 4 flavors: maple brown sugar, apple cinnamon, dark chocolate, and original.
We were founded in St. Louis almost 3 years ago, and we can't wait to be back with the support of Arch Grants.
Hi, I'm Max.
And I'm Iris.
We're co-founders of Everywhere, powering enterprise circularity by transforming textile, plastic, and agricultural waste into scalable, cost-competitive, carbon-negative materials for the built environment.
Our patented BioBatch biodegradable plastic additive opens up breakthrough innovations in many polymeric materials.
We're reshaping how materials are sourced, used, and regenerated into the supply chain to make goods more affordable than ever while drastically reducing their environmental impact.
Hi, my name is Noemi Floria, and I'm the founder and CEO of Lero, where we've developed the world's first compact, potable water reuse system. Our product, Cyclo, addresses the growing challenges of tap water contamination and water scarcity in urban areas worldwide with our patent-pending multi-stage water treatment system and retrofittable design. When compared to existing water reuse systems, Cyclo's compact size and easy installation process can reduce costs for users by up to 75%.
For real estate developers and general contractors, building is hard and expensive. 70% of projects run over budget or behind schedule. Legacy platforms are overpriced, built for enterprise, not agile builders. That's why we built JetBuild. Easy to use, cost-effective software for development and construction management. One platform to manage everything from pre-development through project closeout. In under 30 days, builders are moving off legacy systems and onto JetBuild. Because in construction, miscommunication means missed deadlines. JetBuild, modern software for developers and general contractors. Built to support every stakeholder on every project.
Hi, I'm Rhiannon Price, co-founder of Control Shift. We're building a one-of-a-kind video game where players are humanitarians on and off the screen. As they interact with immersive worlds and complete each mission, players generate valuable geospatial insights that support humanitarian partners in the real world. We combine the thrill of gaming with the value of geospatial science and harness it all for the good of the community.
Hello, my name is Louise Huderstein Olofsson, and I am the founder of Culture & Co., the makers of Original Better, the only true one-to-one plant-based butter alternative made especially for professional kitchens. Through the use of precise fermentation, we have managed to create not an alternative, but the best choice for those needing buttery goodness in their tasty creations. In a blind taste test, Original Better beat dairy butter in taste. That's right, and that's why our Michelin-starred chef ambassadors over in the Netherlands and Germany trust our Better butter. We cannot wait for you to try it.
Hi, I'm John Pye, and I'm co-founder of Digitizer AI. You know, the logo on your baseball cap or polo shirt. To get that logo on that hat, you need a special file to go into the industrial embroidery machine that shows the needle how to sew that logo on. It's called a digitized file, and it can take days to create because it's a manual process. It's a major bottleneck. So we automated the process with AI, which makes a file in minutes, even seconds. For this industry, Digitizer AI will be revolutionary.
Well, what an incredible group of founders. And I think we can all agree, you can't wait to see what they accomplish in years ahead. These founders join nearly 300 companies that Arch Grants has funded since 2012. This ever-growing community is transforming our city. Let's take a look at the impact they're making.
Arch Grants is an engine, fueled by innovation, powered by entrepreneurship.
You know, Arch Grants is such a unique opportunity for entrepreneurs. You know, it is an enormous draw. It's not just the financial support, right? It's a network. You're in a cohort, and you have access to not only that cash influx, but the support system that Arch Grants provides.
St. Louis isn't just a backdrop. It's the soil where resilience and creativity meet generosity.
I know sometimes people think we've succeeded despite St. Louis. I actually believe we've succeeded here because of St. Louis. And so the idea of giving back to the community of entrepreneurs to have startups in this community and stay in this community was just right on brand for NISA.
This is where ideas grow into impact. And when entrepreneurs choose to stay, to build here, they don't just change their own lives, they change the trajectory of our city. When donors step forward, they unlock more than dollars. They unlock possibility.
When I think about it, capital should not be a barrier to start a business. And so it really gave us that opportunity to lean in and to be able to help some of those businesses get started. When there was an opportunity for us to make a strategic investment, that $1 million in 2020, especially during the pandemic, to really support Black and Brown-led businesses that are right here in St. Louis, we were really excited about the opportunity to bring that to bear.
One of the key elements of really both NISA's philanthropic giving as well as mine is to try to have a large multiplier effect. So for a dollar given, try to have multiple dollars of outcome. And I almost can't think of a better one than Arch Grants and how it's succeeded for our contributions.
I love the way these founders are coming up with ways to make our lives easier. The innovation is happening now, and we have the ability to capitalize on that right here in St. Louis.
I mean, the ecosystem, right, where you're supporting the ag tech, the biotech, even the geospatial tech, the industries here is so important, but it's a true driver of economic activity that we so badly need.
The results are clear. More than $20 million has been awarded to 291 companies. Together, they've raised $870 million in capital, creating over 4,000 jobs, with $240 million in wages in St. Louis. These companies have gone on to generate $1.3 billion in revenue.
Again, Arch Grants, I think, has been an amazing example of how $1 given can really multiply and have much more impact. And that's even before the soft impact of things like employment that have other positive externalities in the St. Louis community. But just the hard multiplier has been really impressive to us.
We're successful if we grow our business, we make money, but we're only significant if we use that success to help people.
All businesses start out small and have the opportunity to grow, and that's really what the multiplier effect is all about.
Tonight, you can be part of that story. You can step forward. You can power the next chapter of innovation in St. Louis. Because when you invest in founders, you don't just back a company, you ignite a movement. And together, we can make St. Louis a place where innovation thrives and opportunity multiplies.
When entrepreneurs prosper, the city rejoices, and for so many reasons. And that's why I'm so proud to be here tonight to support entrepreneurship and arts grants right here in St. Louis.
These are gifts that keep giving, to really invest in entrepreneurs who are choosing St. Louis as their new home. I'm excited to be supportive of arts grants, and I hope you are too.
Together, we build the future of St. Louis. Your impact begins now.
Good evening. I'm Gabriel, and it is my pleasure to step on and help you all be as impactful and generous over these next few minutes. As you heard, it's down to this city to make all these incredible companies possible. We have already raised an immense amount of money for our cohorts and you all being here tonight, but we need to take that to the next level right now. And we're going to do it using our paddles. So you all have your paddles, table 55. I see you. Everybody now, please make sure you get your paddle from wherever it is. You all have a paddle with your name on it. Make sure you take the paddle with your name on it. This is going to be your champion of bold support for this city, for our entrepreneurs. And for our future. So, very simple. This is the most important fundraising moment of our evening. I'm going to be asking for your support, starting high, going through multiple levels. When we get to that amount, you feel called to step up, raise your paddle up, and I will take your gift. Our goal tonight, St. Louis, is to raise $200,000 in these next 10 minutes. Who thinks we can do that right now? And we're going to start with an ask of $25,000. If you would like to step up now for St. Louis, for arch grants, to keep the wind under our entrepreneurs' wings blowing, raise up your paddle now at $25,000. Don't be shy. You know that that paddle is not only going towards our amazing cohorts, it's going to the amazing team. The neXus itself, the portfolio support team that takes those grants and helps our entrepreneurs make the most of them. $25,000. Is there anyone? Would anyone like to step up now? You made me wait a bit, didn't you? Paddle 521. Round of applause for paddle 521. I see you there. You were actually thinking about going to 50, were you? By the way, we're welcome to accept 50,000 or anything else anyone wants to step up with too. But can we give a round of applause for 251 with $25,000? Would anyone like to join at 25,000? Are we all done? Okay, so for our next level, we have a couple of very special supporters. They don't usually come to the gala, but they always offer their support. And they've done it again tonight. Paula and Roger Riney, you may know Roger as founder of Ameritrade, longtime supporters of Arch Grants. And they want to challenge the room with a match at this next level. They have $50,000, and they want to invite 5 $10,000 supporters to meet them with $50,000. So I'm now going to ask you, at $10,000, to unlock, double your money right now, raise up your paddles. Paddle 425, there we go. Round of applause here at table 35. Thank you, sir. Who would like to join him? Who would like to join him? Paddle 234, I see you. Paddle 234 at table 14, that's 3. Paddle 532, sorry, that is 3. Bob Gula, everybody. Is it Gala or Gula? Bob Gala, our board member, give it up here at table 44. He's our third $10,000 paddle. We have our award recipient, Alina. Thank you so much. Give it up over here at table 46 with paddle 554, our fourth. And here we have number 5, Chrissy, with paddle 635. Thank you so much. That is 5 paddles, $50,000 times 2, $100,000 raised. Excuse me. Yes, $100,000 raised. There we go. We can unlock that. Takes us to $125,000. Would anyone else like to join at $10,000? Even though you're only getting 1 for 1 on your money there. We have another $10,000 over here. A true trooper for Arch Grants. Paddle 317. Ronak Sheth, thank you so much. You came last year and you're back again this year. Thank you so much. At table 23, would anyone else like to jump in to the pool of giving here? $10,000. Anyone else? All done. Alrighty. We'll keep it coming here now. Our next level of support for St. Louis here tonight is $5,000. This is a chance for everyone to now dig in deep. $5,000, raise up those paddles. Where are we here? At $5,000. We got paddle, I see you, paddle 432. There we go. We got paddle 351. Round of applause for all our 5,000s. How many more can we make it at 5,000? We have 2 so far. Who else at $5,000? Paddle 528, I see you. Paddle 438, Barvik, thank you so much, sir. Who else? That's 4 at $5,000. Anyone else at $5,000? Can we make it a nice round? 5 $5,000 paddles. Yes, we can. Give it up here. Paddle 445 for Steve O'Loughlin and Crystal O'Loughlin at table 36. That's another $5,000. Who would like to join and take us to $150,000 raised? Paddle 556, I see you, sir, at our honorees table. Lynn Griswold, thank you, sir. Give it up for Alina's table, table 46, the gift that keeps on giving. Anyone else want to join? We have 7 $5,000 paddles so far. We are on the way to 200,000. Who wants to make it 8, 9, and 10? I invite you now, remember where this money is going. It is going to St. Louis and the future. Thousands of jobs, billions of dollars that would not exist without Arch Grants, which means you. You are the people who make Arch Grants possible. Anyone else at 5,000? All right, we'll move it on down. So, 3 levels left to get us to 200,000. Ladies and gents, we're gonna have to cook with some gas right now. Some nice Midwest muscle, all right? Starting with $2,500. Get those paddles up right now, Arch Grants. Paddle 612, here we go. Paddle 574, thank you. Table 48, I recognize you. Keep it coming here. Paddle 431. I see you, 431. Paddle 540. Thank you, Matt. Paddle 352. Thank you so much. Who else at 2,500? 443. Yes, sir. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the Giving Club. Our youngest giver of the night. Paddle 307. 306. Thank you, table 22. Paddle 369. Thank you, sir. Paddle 362. 2, thank you, Atul. There's a quick fist bump for you. Paddle 297, Marquita, thank you so much. Table 21, show some love for Marquita with another $2,500. Who else? I think we got a good 10 $2,500 heroes here. Paddle 568, I see you. Thank you so much. Table 47, make some noise. Who else at $2,500 to Arch Grants? All done. Are we all done? All done. All right. Let's bring up that scoreboard. Let's see where we are. After that level, we have 2 levels left. And as we get to this next level, I have 2 pieces of critical information. Firstly, when you give, bear in mind your donation of whatever it is can be spread out over months. You don't have to give it all at once. So think of it as a monthly gift. That's a really cool thing. Second, you can give with anything. Crypto, donor advised funds, whatever have you. You can donate that up. And then the third thing to mention is that at our next level, thanks to our fellows led by Chris Dornfeld, we have a match of $12,500, dollar for dollar. So this next level is $1,000. The first 12 paddles will have their $1,000 doubled essentially by our fellows. So can we give it up for our fellows who are matching this next level and making it that much easier for you to give at $1,000. Paddle 562, let's go. Paddle 617, thank you. Paddle 665, thank you. 670, thank you. 656, thank you. Turn the paddle around, sir. 752, thank you. 848, thank you. 831, thank you. Here we go. Paddle 534, that's number 9, thank you. And our 10th paddle, paddle 533, thank you. Paddle 427, thank you. And our 12th paddle, paddle 440, VJ, thank you. Let's keep the $1,000 coming though. Paddle 630, thank you. Paddle 690, thank you. Paddle is at 511, thank you. Here we go, let's keep it coming. Wow, this is incredible. Paddle 326, thank you. Let's get behind all our $1,000 paddles, St. Louis. Paddle 455, thank you, Marilyn. Here we go, paddle 398, thank you. Paddle 380, thank you. We got 264 back here, thank you so much. Who else at $1,000? Let's work for it. Let's work for it. Anyone else at 1,000? I have sadly lost count. Who thinks we've made it to 200,000? You don't sound too confident, ladies and gents. One more time. Who thinks we made it to 200,000? Okay, I'm sure we'll be bringing it up in a moment. In any case, we'll go to our last level of love for this city, love for our entrepreneurs, love for getting us to 200,000 for sure right now, and that is $500. If you want to step up now with commitment for St. Louis, here we go. Paddle 647, thank you, John. Paddle 566, thank you. Paddle 456, thank you. Let's go. Paddle 541, thank you, sir. Paddle 401, thank you. I'm going to sweep it. Paddle 334, thank you. 322, 319, thank you, David. 345, 298, 374, 378, I see you. Let's keep them coming here at $500. Here we go. 224, I see you. 224, 121. Thank you so much. Who else? Paddle 624, 603. Can we get the spotlight down a tiny bit so I can see the back? 300, 300, thank you. 610, another $500. Here we go. 750, I see you, thank you. Table mates, cheer your $500 donors on. If you're not donating, celebrating, please. 749, Robert, thank you, sir. Here we go, 867, thank you. 868, thank you. 845, thank you. 759, thank you so much. Anyone else here at 500? We got 625, thank you. Are we all done at 500? No, we're not. 399, better late than ever. Thank you so much, sir, there at table 31, the Capo di Capi's table. And everybody give it up for our board member, Richard Tao, with paddle 510. Are we all done at $500? Okay. No, we're not, because, is it Amara? Amara is up here, the proudest daughter in the house tonight. What paddle number was that? 553. One more time for Amara, Alina, and the rest of the family. All right, ladies and gents, are we going to get a read on the scoreboard? Or is scoreboard down for maintenance? We'll be getting the grand total in a minute, will we? I'm not seeing the scoreboard. I don't know if anyone else can. Do we see the number? Oh, really? Okay. By the way, we have one of the most innovative scoreboards in any gala that I've seen. And that is why, as we heard from Gabe, failures are always welcome, because failures mean progress. We have this scoreboard here right now, ladies and gents. I've just been handed the number. No joke, we're at $199,500. Who's gonna take us over the top? Paddle 433, what is that? $500? $500 from Paddle 433, that is $200,000. St. Louis, give yourselves a better round of applause than that. You just raised $200,000. And we just reached our fundraising goal for neXus 2025. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome to the stage one of our most fervent, devoted supporters, the man, the myth, the legend, Ronak Sheth.
Is a tough act to follow. Wow, what an amazing room we have here. One more round of applause for that charitable giving. Thank you for all your support of Arch Grants. Good evening, I'm Ronak Sheth, and I'm the CEO of a company named PriceFX and co-founder of Label Insight, which was part of the very first Arch Grants cohort back in 2012. Thanks. Yeah, when I think back to that time 13 years ago, it's hard to overstate how pivotal Arch Grants was for us at Label Insight. The initial non-dilutive grant, the follow-on funding, and maybe most importantly, the validation that what we were building mattered. Through the connections of Arch Grants, Label Insight went on to raise multiple rounds of institutional capital, grow and scale right here in St. Louis, and ultimately was acquired by Nielsen. Now, since then, I've been fortunate enough to give back, mentoring founders and helping other startups scale and succeed. Now, Arch Grants isn't just about funding companies. It's about building an ecosystem, a community of innovation, of loyalty, and shared purpose right here in St. Louis. Every new cohort represents another wave of entrepreneurs who will grow, scale, and give back to this great city. So it's my honor tonight to introduce the final new members of the 2025 Arch Grants cohort, entrepreneurs who represent the future of St. Louis economy. Now let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Gabe Haas, co-founder and CTO of Genesis. We're tackling one of the toughest problems in medicine. When people lose muscle from trauma, like car crashes and gunshots, surgeons can close the wound, but they cannot replace the missing muscle. We created MyoSponge, a patented implant made from muscle-specific proteins that guide regeneration of real contractile muscle. In mice, rats, and pigs, MyoSponge restored measurable strength where nothing else has worked. We're advancing towards FDA approval to give trauma patients back their movement and independence.
Cool. Hi, I'm Blake Wayman, co-founder of Petabolics. Petabolics answers the question, what should I feed my pet? Users input pet information, and Petabolics generates an assessment that identifies health considerations and nutritional needs. Our algorithms then scour our database of thousands of pet foods to determine which products best meet your pet's unique nutritional needs. All of our recommendations are science-backed and completely neutral. We don't sell any products. We guide pet parents to choose the right products for their pet to help them live healthier, happier lives.
My name is Kurt Schmidt, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Peer Network. Today, most people struggling with mental health or addiction never receive support. Stigma stops them before they even begin. We're changing that. The Peer Network is the digital front door for telehealth peer support, connecting people to certified specialists with lived experience who provide stigma-free, evidence-based care. By breaking down silos and unlocking one of the largest untapped workforces in behavioral health, we're creating a new model of care, simple, human, and scalable, and it starts here in St. Louis.
Hi, I'm Paul Heineman, co-founder of Decodable Reads. For thousands of kids, learning to read doesn't come naturally. They need tailored support matching their unique needs. Literacy educators work tirelessly to provide this support, but creating quality resources at scale is taxing. That's where Decodable Reads comes in. Our AI platform creates personalized reading activities that align to students' unique interests, saving educators valuable time and inspiring in students a true love for reading.
Hi, I'm Sylvester Chisholm, co-founder and CEO of Show Me the World Coffee. We are a mission-first coffee business. The mission our coffee fuels is to provide youth from under-resourced communities life-changing educational experiences at home and abroad. We are a fan favorite at farmers markets and also the official coffee in the airport in Terminal 2. Our biggest growth engine is Show Me the Cause, our virtual coffee and tea fundraising platform that is helping schools, nonprofits, and youth teams nationwide raise money.
Please welcome the Honorable Kara Spencer, Mayor of the City of St. Louis.
Thank you, and thank you for the really warm welcome here tonight. You know, from the founders, Jerry, Joe, Bob, from the start of this whole idea, Arch Grants continues to attract the best of the best to St. Louis. I want to thank you for your vision and the incredible hard work that has gone into making Arch Grants possible. Thank you. We couldn't be prouder to have you here in St. Louis, and congratulations on your new space. I want to particularly thank you for continuing to invest in the city of St. Louis, and a special shout out to downtown St. Louis. This is one of my favorite events of the year. It celebrates where we are heading. A city that is innovative, inclusive, smart, and laser focused on getting results. To every Arch Grants founder, I hope you see St. Louis, the city of St. Louis, as a true partner. And when you look at the Arch, I hope you see a magnet for innovation. What it has always said about St. Louis is that we are a city of dreamers and doers with the spirit and grit to do the impossible and to make incredible things happen. My mission is to create a business climate where startups feel both energized and supported. Innovative leaders spark new ideas. Congratulations to our new cohort. When you look at our city and you think about our future, I want to hone in on where we are here as a cohort. 6 companies choosing to relocate to St. Louis, 2 of those international. And if you're not familiar with our superpower here, it is growing our foreign-born population. That's right, we are the fastest growing foreign-born population in the United States right now. Of course, there are many more of you here tonight. You are the talent that we need to grow St. Louis. Thank you for choosing to grow your business, grow your ideas, and grow your talent here in our community. We have many things that will make this more possible and more successful for you. Our phenomenal talent and the incredible institutions that call St. Louis home. Business leaders that are willing to take a chance and invest in entrepreneurs. Innovative leaders who are willing to help you spark your new ideas, and of course, an incredibly generous philanthropic community that's willing to invest in Arch Grants, $200,000 just tonight. Congratulations to our new cohort. Elena, you're our Entrepreneur of the Year, and to everyone here tonight. It's my great pleasure and my honor to welcome the new cohort to join me up on stage to celebrate this phenomenal evening and all you have accomplished so far.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for this amazing evening. Welcome to the 2025 cohort. Thank you, Mayor Spencer. Grab a cup of coffee, enjoy the after party. This is the conclusion of our program. I'm so grateful for you to be here tonight. I'm excited for the future, and I hope you are too. Really excited.